Hey everybody, Art Eddie here for the Life of Dead Geek Show, and you might not see my co-host Patrick Quinn. He'll be on next week, I swear, but I have a great guest. Before I bring on the guest, let us know where you're watching from. The topic of today's show is favorite action figure, and the reason why we're talking about action figures is this guy over here, Jason Sweeting. He has created the Epic Elements, an awesome action figure series that are centered around the elements and also have women from all nationalities, races coming together, and it's a great thing. So we want to showcase that as well. Jason, thanks for taking the time, man. How you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man. Talk a little bit about, how you started this up, because there's a Kickstarter, and actually while you're talking, I'm going to put the Kickstarter underneath the comment section on this video so people can check it out. But give a little talk about how this whole Epic Elements came to be, man.
First and foremost, what's up to all of the viewers? Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys for watching the show. Keep watching this show. Dads, what's up to all the great dads doing their job? Hey, look, so me and my wife, we had a great idea, and also my mother-in-law, can you believe that? She was sitting at the table, and we said to ourselves, we need to create something for our girls that gets them as excited as we used to get. Of course, there are 18-inch dolls that we created, the Angelica doll and the BU line, and that was really, really beautiful. That was called the fashion line, right? But they needed an action line. So we created this thing called the Epic Elements, and they're all about superhero girl diversity, and they're super geniuses as well. The basic premise of it is we wanted to have diversity be way out front and make sure that kids get a chance to play with toys that have other cultures and other ethnicities. But at the same time, we wanted to immerse those kids into STEM. So that's science, technology, I can't think of them all. Why am I so nervous? And math, you're making me nervous, man. What are we doing?
All right. Well, there's a lot of great dolls on there, and I did put the link over in Epic Elements, and it looks as though my co-host is actually here. Okay. Well, he just ducked down. We're gonna bring him on. I don't know what happened to him, so I'm glad you're here, Patrick. What's happening?
Oh man, it was one of those days where all of the interwebs just stopped working at the house for a little bit, and I was on my phone trying. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I had to restart the computer and all that fun stuff.
Meet Jason. Jason, meet Patrick.
What's up?
What's up, man? You all right?
You should be nervous, by the way. There are just so many people judging you right now. Hard. They're coming down.
No one is judging Jason. They're judging you.
We have an awful audience of terrible people. We're just going to pick you apart at, the molecular level.
You know what? That's cool. That's cool. I'm here to be examined because it's important what you guys are doing. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know this existed until I got an opportunity to talk to Art. The other day, this is great because dads need a place where they can kind of, it's like the barbershop, but online. We can kind of just be ourselves. We need this.
Can we steal that tagline? That's a great, it's like the barbershop, but online. I love it.
It's all yours. It's all yours. It's all yours.
I love it.
No, but so I did show, when we did have you on, we were going to book you as a guest, Jason, for the show. I did send the link to Patrick, and he checked it out too. And he's got a daughter. I've got 2 daughters, and this is even you don't have to have daughters. Sons and daughters can play with these action figures. They're great. And again, I did put the link in the comment section below. A lot of people are talking about the different figures that they have. Samurai cats. The cats deliver pizza. Never heard of them. That's great.
Samurai cats. Woo, okay. I even saw somebody that said Stretch Armstrong, man. Look at that.
I love Stretch Armstrong. That was awesome.
Good old Stretch. What about you? What was your favorite, Pat? Who's your favorite superhero?
Superhero. I was always a big Superman fan. I was very DC for a while, but growing up, that's all kind of evolved. That's when I was younger. But in terms of figures, my friend, I loved any figure I could get my hands on. My mom would never buy me the ones I wanted, but my friend Hannah had the craziest figurine ever, and it was a crazy cat lady figurine, and it was just an old lady, kind of like on The Simpsons, the lady who throws the cats at people. Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's an old lady, and then it had 12 different cats inside the packaging also, so you could just be a crazy cat. It was the most bizarre thing ever, but I loved it.
What about you, Jason? What was your favorite toy, man?
Coming up, I was really, this is going to be very embarrassing. But as a kid, I was an Alvin and the Chipmunk guy.
Yes.
You too?
Of course.
I'm amongst friends. I used to love Alvin and the Chipmunks, man. You know, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, they were like mischievous, but still extremely talented. And of course, I love music. I became a musician. So I was really into Alvin. Then I grew up a little bit. My teenage years, I hit this super Batman phase, sprinkled in with some Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. You guys see him in.
Did you collect the black and white comics before they went color and started eating pizza and all that stuff like that?
You're talking about a mom that never bought anybody any comics? Yeah.
Oh, no.
My time with comics was like in homeroom with some of my friends, like thumbing through theirs before they had to go to the next period.
Gotcha. I was lucky right around the corner. Like when you have that one perimeter, like you can't cross the street, but you can ride your bike around the block. Around the block from my mom's house, there was Comic Cottage in Long Beach, New York. So I used to be able to go in there, and they had like 3 or 4 video games and play that all the time, and I'd steal my mom's quarters and stuff. But yeah, that's when I got into the black and white, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. It was great. It was grisly, those original ones, man. Yeah. They were really a lot more murdery than they got when they went to color.
That's what happens when you have pizza. It calms you down. I love Josh over here. He's like, G.I. Joe, the 12 inchers, those were epic. Mine dated my cousin's Barbies, and they fought the bad guys. It was an American
Yeah, Josh, I like that.
Haley's agreeing with you, Jason. Yes, Chipmunks were the greatest. And how can you not love that one scene in Rocky 4 where they're Rocky's training in the mountains and all that other stuff, and they're playing chess around Christmas time, and they have that the Chipmunk song, right?
Right.
It's time for joy, time for
Neil Vulo over here. Love this Marvel Secret Wars. Those action figures kind of went like people didn't really know too much about them. They were like, "What's the Secret Wars?" Secret Wars is actually where Spider-Man got his black suit, which then all of a sudden, then turned to, what we now know as Venom. That was probably one of the great series for comic books and as well as the action figures. So that's pretty sweet.
New to me. I need to check that out, man. I need to check. Okay, Terry says this, though. The original Star Wars. Did you see that?
I mean, I know art.
I'm just going to put it down right there for Terry. Yes. Yeah.
Hold on.
Love it. See, I wish I had your figurines, the Epic Elements figurines in, what was it? 10th grade chemistry class. 11th grade. Yes! The elbows don't move, right? Or do the elbows move on those? It's just stiff.
Yeah, the elbows didn't move on those. They didn't articulate at the elbow. They were one of those, they're this guy. The guy where you tell the guy to check his cell phone. He pulls it out and pulls it over his head. You can't. Yeah, it was that guy. You can't scratch his face. That guy, you can't scratch his face.
I need a drink. There's still some in there. I just got some LaCroix in my eye.
This is
there.
Do you remember this? Like my friend, one of my neighbors back in the day, growing up when I was in Illinois, had like the Hulk Hogan, the WWE ring, or the WWF ring back at then.
That time, yeah.
They had the Hulk Hogan figures. He was so into that. X-Men, Rob, big friend of the show, big awesome guy. Helps us out here at Life of Dad. Rob says X-Men.
Rob, appreciate that, man.
Art, do you still have you got Castle Grayskull in your place, right?
I have Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, Eternia at my parents' house, and I'm gonna try and get that soon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, of course.
I'm gonna tell you one. Maybe people don't know about this one because it was mostly for girls. But my sister used to force us to watch it before we went to church on Sunday, and it was called Jim
and the Holograms.
You remember this?
Oh yeah, Jim and the Holograms is awesome.
Jim is truly outrageous.
We are the misfits. We are the misfits.
Oh, Jim, music contagious, outrageous. Jim is my name. No one else is the same. Jim is my name.
Yeah, brother.
No, I've never heard of that show. I don't know.
I think my mom got earrings from my sisters that had like the, that she was tapping. Synergy, yeah, I love this guy. He's gotta be a staple on the show, man.
So like every week because this is great. We need somebody like you.
So Jason, when so like the Kickstarter, you guys just to kind of go back because I want to be just as I was holding the old school, Luke Skywalker action figures, I want to be holding up your action figures and showing the world what's like the process of getting these things done, man. Yeah, show them. That's awesome.
Love it.
This is one of them. Her name is Rim, and she's made after the element cerium. What we understood about cerium after studying what we want to expose young girls to, of course, are the periodic table of elements, so that they get a chance to play and have fun. So that breaks down some of the barriers that they face and some of the toys that they have. I'm gonna put a comma right there. Let me ask you guys a question. You take two kids out, a boy and a girl. You buy them both a puzzle for kids 10 to 12. In the boy puzzle, there'll be about 50 pieces. In the girl puzzle, there'll be about 41 pieces. It's because so many times we put like a limit on girls, right? And like you said, Pat, you have one daughter, you know what I'm saying? Or you got two. I have 4 girls. So I'm really, really into this whole girl power thing just because it runs my life every day. But it's so amazing that we haven't had any toy that lets kids run, punch, kick, just like the boys do, but also exposes them to like tech and all kinds of cool STEM technology. So that's really where the intersection of this toy is. It's really about diversity. It's about STEM. And it's really about acceptance, making sure that girls learn something while they play. If you can play and have a purpose, that's what it's all about.
That's excellent. I love it.
Yeah. So this is Cerium. She has like a little gecko, if you guys can check that out.
Nice.
And her power is that she can become invisible. We found that the chemical element cerium has the ability to do that in some of its covalent and ionic bonding systems. So it'll kind of go away and then come back. You know what I'm saying? So we said, okay, well, cool. That'll be the superpower that she has. And we have superpowers for 8 elements so far. So it's really, really a cool line.
And when you get the characters, they come with like a background of why they are, like what their powers are, and why, like what you just described to us, right?
Man, yeah, I began to kind of dream up this whole new world. How did these characters know each other? How did they meet? And it made me respect some of these great storytellers from all of these other characters that we love, the X-Men and Star Wars and Fraggle Rock and all these. Like, how in the world did these people sit in a room and come up with all of this cool imaginary stuff? So that's exactly what we did. All of the girls are around like late teens, early 20s. That's kind of their vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's their age. And they're all from different parts of the nation, right? They all moved into the nation, those that are of diverse nature, because of course we have Arab, that's I think uranium. Yeah, Rain is Arab. You have Copper, who's from the Caribbean. So they move into, and then they go to college. And in college is when they realize that they're all kind of the same because they have these cool superpowers. Copper is a master builder. And Coco, she's made after cobalt, which is really, really tough and strong. She's a super athlete, like jump.
That is so awesome.
Cool. So we just trying to immerse the girls into a world of possibilities for themselves physically and still stimulate them mentally.
That is so awesome, man.
Again, I'm putting the link again just so, because I know the comments are kind of going far and few between. We're getting a lot of great people are sharing their favorite toys. It's great. I'm just putting another link in there as well so people can kind of see that. I love the fact that PJ masks are for both genders, females and characters. And even like in the female characters even have more powers than the male figures. So that's really great. And what you're doing in the sense of like, empowering like boys and girls to learn about the elements in a fun way, man. I think you and I talked, Jason, a little bit off the air about like how this is great because you're having a toy that brings in science and like education while they're having fun and creating their own stories, man. It's a win-win.
That's the name of the game. Right now, what's big in toys is like collectibles. You have all these collectible toys where you can buy 1,000 of them, Shopkins and all these other ones. But what we wanted to do was for every toy you collect, your kid actually gets smarter. You know what I'm saying? So we were developing the toys and the toys just arrived and my kid is cooking with us. She picks up something and goes, hey mom, sodium, that's soy. It's salty.
Nice.
We're like, oh, this is working. So it's worth it. Let's stick it out. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate you guys giving me the platform to share with all the cool parents that are out there. We're talking about great superheroes all day, And of course, we're talking about this Kickstarter, and we really appreciate the platform and the time to share. Thanks.
Yeah. One of my favorite things. I mean, I love the site the landing page you guys have, but I really love the T-shirt you got because what is it? Girls are powerful or something like that, or whatever. But it's like you're using the elements to spell it out. I was like, yes, that's perfect. That's so good. Although I think you missed the boat when you made Thai, and she's not from Thailand. Come on.
Man, look, man, titanium was tough to make. You know, it was.
Oh man,
you know how it goes. Being an entrepreneur is tough. Any way you look at it, whatever you're trying to sell, whatever you're trying to do. But it's moments like this that make it all worthwhile because somebody sees your vision, believes in it. You got people commenting on it. I love it, man. I really do love it, and I appreciate it. Yeah, so I guess you were asking me how did we make these things?
Yeah.
We sat around.
I lost his feed. I can't see him anymore. I'm gonna refresh.
Okay, refresh. He's here though. He's here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Am I here? Am I there?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. So we had these huge just sessions all around the table. You know what I'm saying? What we're trying to do is make up these cool worlds, and we got an artist to kind of fulfill. Hey, we want an authentic look. We want the line to be diverse. Okay, Pat is back, my man. And,
I told you, my internet's all funky today.
And then after we hired the artist, we go from 2D to 3D, and then you have to learn about OBJ files and 3D rendering, and then you have to talk about printing 3D. So we learned something new for this line. Our last line, the 18-inch dolls, man, they were cool, but we never had to go this far into the creative process.
Nice. I just want to say, Kevin chimes in. He's like, "That's awesome. The subject was a true issue for me before we found out we were having a boy. I was struggling to find common ground between my childhood and possibly being a father of a little girl. A1 idea, my friend." So Kevin's feeling you, and feeling your family's idea for this. This is great. So
thank you.
Yeah, so Kevin, hop on the Kickstarter. It's in the links below. So make sure you jump on there, check out all the stuff because it really is pretty rad. Everything that's on there. So
thank you. I appreciate that, Kevin. Thanks.
Yeah. So again, Jason, thanks so much for taking the time. People, make sure you check out the Kickstarter, like Patrick said. We're glad that everybody's here. Patrick finally joined us. We're great. Texas, get better internet. Come on, because I need my boy Patrick on here.
Like in the woods. I live in Austin, for God's sakes. Where is our Google Fiber right now? This is terrible.
I thought everything was big in Texas. Of course, maybe the internet's not. I don't know.
Well, except for government, so.
Big in Texas, except for the Wi-Fi connection. It's really.
Yes, exactly. Then just very small bars.
Check out Epic Elements. Help out this guy. He's a great guy. Great idea. Helping out just, the idea of spreading education fun together for parents. That's such a win-win. Thanks everybody for checking out the Geek Show. We'll see you next Thursday. And as always, we appreciate it. See you.
Much love.